pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So I just want to start off reminding everyone about the 50/50 raffle. It's up front at Bose. If you'd like to purchase a ticket, go ahead and do so. And then we do still have the 2026 annexation calendars left over. They are $25 each. If you'd like to purchase those, you can speak with Bo about that as well. First up, we're going to have our North Utica 6th Ward Councilman Joseph Beatrice. Joseph.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Okay. First thing, thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate you taking the time to come up here. Second, just want to remind everybody tomorrow is election day. It's primary. Please get out and support your candidates. They all take a lot of time and effort into running the campaign, and it's nice when people get out and vote. I know it's very difficult to get people to go out in a primary, but that's the first step, and it's very important. Other than that, I will, as far as stuff going on at the council, there is it's been a lot of dilemma. You've been following it. I'll take any questions regarding different flags. I can speak on that, but before we get into that, I'd like to mention a couple of things first. I know my little pet project down there, the Weaver Cemetery. I don't know if you've seen it lately. There's a gentleman that lives on Riverside Drive, right before the cemetery. He had a little business, and he went there and took care of it for us. We're going to take care of him with the funding that we made from the 50/50, but it's minimal. He's going to be getting some more dirt with mat. We're going to put it around the flagpole, and then in the fall, we'll plant some bulbs to keep it going. It's very small, but it's, to be honest with you, I can't keep doing it all the time and weed and that. So it was very good that he did it, and it looks pretty good. But within a week, I can see that greenery's growing there. I'm going to try to go with some spray and kill some weeds. But roads, paving, you'll see a lot of right now. There's a lot of roads marked. There's a lot of red barrels where they're working on. And again, feel free to call me, email me, let me know if there's certain areas where they might not be on a list, but I can probably get you on a repair list or minimal, fill the potholes with, just fill the holes so we're not getting the disaster. It's very tough. But, the other thing is you'll see North Genesee Street. Last couple of days they're doing work there. Eventually, not really sure exactly when. I believe maybe be here. That's going to go down to 2 lanes for a long time. They're redoing those bridges, so that's their Leland Ave. They did some repairs on that on the bridge because obviously there'll be a lot more traffic on that. One of the things we did with the paving, that was going to get paved this year. We with the price of gas and fuel, the paving costs came back like almost $1 million more than we had in there. So Leland Ave was roughly $800,000. So when was one of the persons who suggested it and pushed for it, we took Leland Ave off it. We're going to patch it for the simple reason that why spend all that money to pave Leland Ave when the next 2 years you're going to have it's going to be an access road that's going to get buried. So this way here, we didn't have to cut any neighborhood streets or anything like that. We could pave all the streets that we're still paving throughout the city and the repairs, and we just took Leland Ave off it. That saved most of the money. So, and then the last thing, because it might be a topic. So I don't know if everybody's following. There was So you realize the Common Council, there's 9 members, there's 3 Republicans, there's 6 Democrats. So it's very, very difficult to really, if you're a Republican, to get anything done. I try to do the right thing. I don't really care who brings it up, but they've been bringing up the flag legislation. And it actually, the mayor, when he took over, okay, years ago, my biggest support is the American flag. You should have the American flag up. We do. We have that on one flagpole here. And this flagpole over here, we have the city flag. And he always recognized your countries. So like there was an Italian day, Bystander Day, or St. Joe, St. Pat's. But he did not recognize organizational flags because of what happened in Boston. And I'll give you a perfect example. So, gay pride flag, that came up now. We never put that on a poll, but we support the gay pride, okay? Juneteenth, okay? So, the reason is the liability. Once you start putting all different organizational flags up, okay, and then we say no to one, the city is wide open for a lawsuit. And there's many, many organizational flags that some are supported, some are not. So my vote was, I support every organization, okay, but I supported what we already had on the books. And I'll tell you what, I caught a lot of flack for it. Obviously it passed, the majority passed at 6-3. But I'm going to tell you what, 1 week, that was 2 weeks ago, okay? Mayor vetoed it. We could have had a council meeting. There was going to be a couple people missing. They canceled the meeting, okay, because the supermajority wasn't there. They had to have, instead of having 5 votes, you needed 6, okay? So it got passed. Last week was our first meeting since it got passed. They come up proclamation, which is fine, to recognize Juneteenth, which I got no problem with. It's a federal holiday, okay? The councilman in the 5th Ward, okay, now at the new law, any proclamation passed, they have a right to fly a flag, and it has to come in front of the Common Council, okay? So, the Common Councilman in the 5th Ward, okay, in 5th Ward is inner city, okay, came out and said, I can't support that because what flag are we going to fly for Juneteenth? Basically, Juneteenth, there's 10 or 12 different flags. Okay, so the whole made me feel that my vote made sense. Okay, like I said, we just talked about this. This is what we ended up doing is we what's the word that I want to use? Amended some of the wording so we could support the proclamation, but it didn't go along with the flag raising because as soon as you put one, you're going to have a problem going forward. And nobody wants to listen. And my vote doesn't mean a lot on the council, but I look in the mirror every day and I try to do the right thing. And all I can do is go out and talk and say the way I feel. So that's the way. I went to the St. Anthony's feast last week, and a couple places I've been, and you'd be surprised how many people came up to me and said, thank you for voting the way you did. There's a lady that lives right here. I can't think of her name. She's an elderly lady. She's called me 3 times already because she follows what's going on. So some people are against you and some people are not, but it has nothing to do with me supporting an organization. I support everybody's organization. It's just the point. Well, I shouldn't say everybody's, but for the most part, those two, the gay pride, Juneteenth, I have no problem with that. They're out. That's why we live in this country, because we can go out and can express ourselves. And we're lucky to have that. But I just wanted you guys to know what's going on and probably talking more than I normally should. So, has anybody got any questions? Ask anything?
So if the
there's the problem.
Group wants their flag up, or the NC group wants their flag up?
Yes. So what would happen? Here's my point. What would happen? It comes to us, and obviously it would be voted down, and And now that organization could go get a lawyer and go to court and say, why did you do this? It all started in Boston over Catholic flag. Boston didn't let them do that. They got sued over that. In Utica, the first flag that Mayor Galimi turned down when he put this in was Catholic Schools Week, and he's very religious in character, okay? Nobody made it big. He explained to them, I support it. We're going to have a Catholic School Day. I'll be at Notre Dame. I'll be there. But we're not going to hang a flag for the Catholic School Week because of just what you're saying. But nobody really understands that. So
if I'm understanding this correctly, so somebody could make a proclamation, an organization, and then they could fly their flag for the day or whatever it is, correct? Is that how I'm understanding this?
Well, what I'm saying is a proclamation, like I did a proclamation, I don't know if anybody's seen it, for 2 young boys who saved a girl.
I did.
At Proctor Farm.
Yes.
Okay? It's the kind of stuff.
Right.
In the past, you did a proclamation. Now, with the flag, flag legislation, if you put a proclamation in, any proclamation somebody puts in, there's an organization, they could hang a flag if they wanted to, unless the common council said no.
City Hall.
At City Hall.
All right.
Yeah, there's 2 flag poles.
This may sound like a dumb question, but wouldn't it just make more sense just to keep it at government flags and not do any other flags?
That's the way it was.
Yeah.
That's the way it was until they brought legislation to take that apart. And they voted it in.
Kind of makes sense, separation of church and state. That's kind of what we're set up at,
There's a lot of things that make sense that don't happen. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's it. Yes.
So,
well, see, I don't want to get into a certain organization. No. So what the mayor always did, supported the Pride Month. Okay. And number one, let's get this out there too. Number one, when we hang the Italian flag, the Italian Day, or the Lebanese flag, or whatever, it's for one day, not for a month. Okay, it's for one day. So what the mayor did, because he changed the policy and caught a ton of grief when it happened, for the last 3 years, he put a flag like you have at your house outside his window, the big Utica sign, whatever colors, he put that there. So he, what's the word I want to use? He supported and recognized their organization. Okay, that wasn't, anybody knows what you're opening yourself up to. And unfortunately, when you don't agree with the majority, they'll tell me, like I heard it already, that you just didn't want to hang the gay flag, or you didn't want to support Juneteenth. Okay, are we going to have a proclamation on Veterans Day? Okay, are we going to have, so that's just the way I look at it. And listen. The last I knew, we live in America. This is my opinion and on my vote. I'm just only telling you why I voted the way I voted.
How long is it, just one day?
What's that? Well, the Pride flag, they say they wanted it for a month. I'm not sure if it's even up or if it went for the one day. I'm not sure about that.
So it's not on the flag.
It's never below the American flag. The American flag always flies on one pole alone. There's another flag pole that has the city flag. And when they put those flags up, they take the city flag down for a day. And this is the way it's been in the past. Going forward, I'm not totally sure. Okay? They put that up, and for a day usually. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it usually is. I'm not really sure.
They don't want it just for a day. They want it for
I don't really know what it's called for the month. I'm not sure. I don't think the flag is staying up for it. Right? So I just wanted you guys to know that. This is one reason, and I'll tell you, as I told you in January, that I can go for 4 more years, but I believe in the term limit part of it, and I still do. But the way I see things going right now, I have the ability to go do it, and I think I need to fight. And I would come to you people first before I did that, but it's very, very disturbing and very heartening on what's, where things are right now. So That's it. You guys know, you guys can call me all the time. Anything you want to know, like I say, might not give me the answer you want, but I know I'll call you back. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. All right, up next we have County Legislator from the 23rd District, Anthony Leon.
Welcome, everybody. The ones that don't know me, I am Anthony Leon, Tony Leon. Call me anything you want. I'm your county legislator for the 23rd District, which is all of North Utica, east of Buchanan Road to the city line, and then parts of East Utica, around Bleecker and Culver. It's an unusual district, number 23. Not much is going on in the county right now. At our county meetings, our new chairwoman, Mary Pratt, likes to recognize different schools' sports teams. And I think it's good. This past meeting in June, we had New Hartford's baseball team, the gymnastics team, their volleyball team. We had Sequoia's volleyball team. We had a team from Holland Patton, and the room was full. And it brings kids in, gives them an idea of how county government works, and it recognizes them for all their hard efforts. I think it's good. She likes it, and we do it every month now. There's a lot of kids that need that recognition. So as far as jobs in Oneida County, some of you may have read this in the paper. Dan Frost Power Solutions is coming back to Marcy. They hope to add 300 jobs by the end of 27, which is good. Dan Frost was in silicon carbon industry, which was for electric cars. Electric cars have come down in popularity now, so they're going to get into the data center hardware and software, I guess. So they're gonna come back, which is good for Marcy.
Does that mean we're getting a data center here?
It does not mean we're getting a data center. No, there's no talk. As far as I have heard, there's no talk of a data center.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah. And unfortunately, AI is here. There's some good things about it, but I think there's
doesn't need to be in our backyard.
That's true. I got to agree with you there. And of course, you all know about Chobani. It's still in the news all the time. I've talked to a lot of our local agriculture people, especially at Ben Simon's, and I've talked to some people from Chobani, and everybody's worried about where we're going to get the milk from. But there's a lot of things happening in the agriculture area of Oneida County, and a lot of farmers are expanding they're going to be expanding the milk production, and this is just going to be a good thing. Chobani at Rome Rivers Air Base. And that's about all I have. If there's ever a county problem or a city problem, you're welcome to call me. And Joe and I get along very well, so if I have a problem that I need help with the city, I'll call Joe, and vice versa. So that's about all I have. Are there any questions tonight on any county questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, before we get into our guest speakers, I just want to remind everybody next month's meeting, July 27th, which is a Monday, speakers will be New York State Department of Transportation Public Information Officer Heather Tenian and the City of Utica engineer Nicholas Breidenbecker to discuss the bridge replacements on North Genesee Street and Leland Ave detour. So that's going to be part of next month's meeting. Mark your calendars for Monday, July 27th. And then up first, yes, Joe. That's not acceptable. Not acceptable. Okay. All right. So our first speaker coming up is going to be Chet Loconti, and he is from the City of Utica Youth Director.
Thank you, everyone. So I'm Chet Loconti. I'm the Recreation Director for the City of Utica Youth Bureau. I run all the parks and recreations. I come here every single year, tell you guys what I have going on, what we do in the city. So during the year, the school year, we run a full after-school program for all Utica youth. They are bused to the rec center from their school, and that's just JFK, Donovan, and Proctor. We don't do middle school or early grade schools. They come Monday through Friday. We give them a snack. We give them water. We have a full regiment: basketball, soccer, volleyball. We have a game room. We have tutoring. We do many things. It's a structured schedule daily. We always look for donations, so if anybody would like to donate, we would love to take your snacks, water, drinks, anything. But like I said, right now it's over. The program was done last week, even though they're still in school. We had to finish planning for our summer program, which today started, and it wasn't a very good day to start our summer programs. Not looking good for weather moving forward, but so everybody has our brochure there. What we have is 3 pools, 7 parks, and all our clinics. I'll go over everything. As you all know, we do have a pool here in North Utica that is right behind us here, sort of behind us, right behind Tasty Treat. That gets packed daily. We have the park over there. You guys know we have the pickleball over there. So to get into our brochure, what we have for your kids and grandkids, obviously all the playgrounds that you can see. Chancellor has a splash pad. It's one of the newer splash pads. O'Connor's Park, Chancellor is over there in, what would you call that? East Utica, I guess, towards behind the county building. That has a splash pad. O'Connor's, which is in East Utica on Arthur Street. O'Connor's has what they call a wading pool. It's just a hose that keeps the kids cool and it sprays out. Pixley is in West Utica that also has a spray wading pool. Proctor Park, which has the full splash pad. Quinn also has a wading pool. Roscoe Conklin, that's just a park. That's actually the rec center, the tennis courts. That's where the ice skating rink is. And there's 4 pickleball courts on there. That's where Bialis Ski Center is. Seymour, which is in your district here. Wonko is in South Utica, which has a wading pool. We do this year, we have the pickleball clinic right there at the rec center, Roscoe Conklin. We have a couple of our 50 forward members, which is, I'm not supposed to use the word, but it's the senior center that we have at the rec center. It's called 50 forward. Kelly Walters is the director. A couple of their members is volunteering for our pickleball program. That sign up is, the registration is July 1st and 8th at 12 o'clock right there. The tennis clinic, which is one of our oldest clinics at the John Mott Tennis Court. We do tennis lessons. I have 3 college kids that work for us that do our tennis clinic. They do a great job. We have our open swim, which is Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5. We have our swim lessons, which actually is at max. Our swim lessons is one of the most popular programs. That happens at Buckley Pool. 2 sessions there. We have our soccer clinic, which is put on by N.U.N.A from United Elite Kresniak Football Club. He's actually a volunteer also. He doesn't want to get paid. We try to pay him every year, but he volunteers for us. He does a great job there. Our basketball clinic, which the first day was today, I think we had 13 participants, but usually we have 30 to 40 each Monday and Wednesday. Another one of our popular clinics is our golf clinic, which is put on by Carvon Brazier. He is actually the head varsity basketball coach at Proctor, and he's been doing our clinic. He took over for Joe Leo. Joe Leo did it for 105 years. Joe Leo was my coach. Great. And then our Michael Harris 3-on-3 basketball league. That also happens at the rec center. So those are all our programs that we have for the Youth Bureau and the rec center. Some of you guys, I don't recognize many faces, but we also do have, I'm not trying to take anybody away from North Utica Senior Center, but we have a full fitness center at the rec center. We have Tai Chi, we have yoga, we have silver sneakers, we have chair yoga, we have Pilates, we have art class. They have a full lunch program. I think Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, Friday's grab and go. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday is full lunch. It's $2 donation, snacks, lunch. Like I said, we have the full fitness center. I am leaving some stuff out, but don't hesitate to come check us out. A lot of your insurances will cover the cost of what you're doing. Actually, you can come in and have a cup of coffee if you want upstairs, and that's free. So, yes. So we tried to get Lincoln Academy involved. I always hit a roadblock for some reason. We did call, we did email. I think what it was is they didn't want to pay for a bus, I want to say.
Yeah, but I mean, with all these locations.
Yeah. We've had, so if you're a Utica resident, even get some of the kids that are not Utica residents, which is not many, I mean, we have kids that are right in the area. We have Notre Dame kids, we have Utica School, Utica Academy Science kids, but they were more concerned about a bus. I know some of those kids just wanted to get a bus there. A lot of those kids did go home and then ended up there somehow, some way. We can't. So everybody thinks that, city of Utica, we have deep pockets. My budget, which everybody's like, oh, that's a lot of money, is $1 million. Now I have, my budget is the youth bureau budget and the rec budget. So in that, we have to run the building, we have salaries, we have equipment, we have all kinds of things that we have to get. Our budget is, I think this year was just under 1% of the city budget. So we're like, well, why can't you pay for the buses? I mean, I wouldn't be able to run programs if we had to pay for the buses to get the kids there. As much as I wish we did, if I was a millionaire, I would do it myself. I love my job, I love what I do, and I enjoy it, but I just can't afford it. So if they needed help with busing, I try to figure something out. Yeah. So you work there? That's awesome. So what I can do is I'll put you on my email thread. Every single thing that we have, I email out. I think I have 250 people on that thread. Well, I do separate emails, so just I do have my card here also if anybody wants to contact me. Any other questions? I know some people have questions about the pool and stuff too. I take those. So we got a total of $178,000 from the Wattis Foundation. Now, with the Wattis Foundation, it has to be a new program, and then the following year they expect you to sustain that program. So we got, for after school program, they gave us $98,000 for the first year of the program, which now, the 2 years, this is our third year, we've run it for 2 years on our own, through the budget. We got, for our 3-on-3 basketball league, which is on here, we got money for that. So with the Wattis Foundation, it has to be a program, a recreational program that's new, that is not budgeted. So, and I'm not trying to brag here by any means. Since I took over, we've created 70% more of what we have here. We've created more programming than we've had in the past 60 years. It's hard to create more programs. I want to make sure we have quality over quantity, and we do hit every aspect of sports and or making sure kids are active in the community. So yeah, we have. Actually, the Community Foundation gave us $20,000 last year and $15,000 this year. That money is for our after-school program. What we also do is every winter we do a winter apparel and sneaker giveaway. So we do look for donations, but we outfitted, I want to say 168 participants and some of their family members with all brand new winter apparel. We do get a lot of stuff from Compassion Coalition donated, and we do buy a lot of stuff, pennies on the dollar. So we do utilize grants out there. We did get the SWIMS grant last year, which was $25,000. We also got another grant from Marion Buttonshaw's office for $50,000. So we do utilize a lot to try to offset some of those costs. You had a question?
Yeah.
Yes. This goes to every single Utica school district kid. It gets put in their book bag. Goes to the kids at Notre Dame. Now they're going to go to Lincoln Academy next year. So I try to build all those relationships. Sometimes we do miss some. I mean, I do fall short of knocking on doors. I'm not talking to town. I try to get out there. Not that I have a pretty face, but I try to get that face out there as much as I can. Just not for me, not by any means, not for me, just for our community. So, any other questions? You sure? Appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I see some of you now at the 54. Thank you.
All right, before we bring up our next speaker, we're just going to do our 50-50.
Put me on the spot. That feels like a good one.
$27.
Okay. All right, everybody ready? Everybody got their tickets ready? We've got 513309. Oh, okay. Okay, our final speaker for this evening is Jenna Watson from the Water Quality Analyst with the Mohawk Valley Water Authority.
Hi, everybody. Like she said, I'm a water quality analyst at the Mohawk Valley Water Authority in the laboratory. I'm here to talk about lead service lines. That's big issue in our water system right now because our infrastructure is so old. The Mohawk Valley Water Authority has about 374 square miles of watershed up north, and we have 700 miles of water mains for our entire system. That means we have about 39,000 accounts. Oh, yeah, sorry. And
Hold the microphone closer to your mouth.
our population is about 126,000 customers we serve. Most of our water mains were built between 50 and 100, between 50 and 100 years old. So we have a lot of lead service lines throughout our water system. It was a lead ban in like 1840, and that's when they couldn't use lead in water service. So a lead service line may serve a house from the water main all the way into the home. We are responsible for the pipe that comes off the water main and goes to the curb stop in front of your house. The customer is responsible for what comes off of the curb stop and into the home. So like your plumbing and everything past the curb stop. Usually it's like in front of the sidewalk. So right now we are working on identifying all of those unknowns in our water system. So we don't know the material of every single water service line. That's why we're asking customers to send photographs of their water service line by going in your basement or your utility closet and looking for the pipe that comes in next to your water meter. So right now we have about 7,000 lead services in our water system. We have 29,000 lead, and we have about 7,500 unknowns. So we really need to hone in on those unknowns and see if we can figure out the material. So as far as compliance, we have to take 50 samples every year, and we do that by randomly selecting 50 homes from our entire water system and that are served by a lead service line. So we know they're lead. We've confirmed that they're lead by photograph, and we ask those customers to take a water sample, and we test the lead level. We actually test it right at Utica City Hall in our laboratory. So based on that, since it is randomly throughout our water system, we can figure out our 90th percentile, and if it's under 15, we are in compliance with it now. So many of you might have received a letter in the mail this past December saying that we don't know the material of your service line. So we are required by the Department of Health to send out those letters if we don't know the material or if we know it's so that's why you receive those letters. Our records are very, very old. They're actually written on index cards and in a filing cabinet, probably in like 10 filing cabinets taller than me. So to go through every single record, and we uploaded it to our online system, and if it says unknown, it automatically sent you a letter to notify you. I left sheets on everyone's table. That's just explaining how to test your pipe for lead or copper. It's a simple test. All you have to do is get like a screwdriver or something similar, scratch it, and if it's shiny like a penny, then it's copper. If it's kind of like a dull gray, then that would indicate that it's lead. So we do treat our water at our water treatment plant a specific way to keep lead levels down. At the plant, we do add chemicals to the water that condition the pipes and create like a film on the lead pipes, so no like big chunks of lead flake off. I know it's scary when you say like you might have a lead service line. Understand, we do our best to make our customers feel comfortable about we can always sample your line or we can inspect it as well. That's the thing. You guys would like to get out as well. So I have any questions? Yes.
The only two choices for your service is.
Those are the ones that we have the most of. There are some galvanized ones as well. Sometimes people replace their lead service line with plastic as well. It's just kind of different. That's what we see the most is line comfort. Yeah.
So, say I had the lead service line in my front yard. Obviously, it's going to need to be replaced, so I have to pay for that.
If it's yes, so if it's off the water main to the curb stop, we will replace it. But the curb stop into your home, you would be responsible for it.
Okay.
And then if you did replace your side, we would also come replace our side if it's
What if I decided I didn't want to pay to replace mine?
that's on your property, so we aren't responsible for that.
Oh, okay.
You don't right now. We are required to replace all of our lead service lines in the next 10 years. So that's why we have contractors and we have our own internal workers that are working diligently at replacing services as we speak. Yes. Yeah, we have a list on our website actually that are familiar with our work, and you can always reference those.
Well, if you don't have a lead service, I read somewhere that it's good to run your water in the morning.
Yes.
That water that's in your lead service all night long.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So if you have a lead service line, if you run your water for like 30 seconds, you'll get fresh water right from the water main. So yeah, that's best practices. There's also a list of best practices on our website as well. If you have a lead service line. Thank you. Thanks.
All right, guys, just a reminder again that we do still have some of the annexation calendars left. They're $25 a piece. If you'd like to purchase those, make sure you see Bo. And then again, please mark your calendars for next month's meeting, Monday, July 27th. They're going to go over the bridge replacements on North Genesee and Leland Ave detour. That's obviously going to impact a majority of us since we use those routes multiple times a day. And that is it for this evening. So, yeah. Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, they're going to be doing the fireworks this year at Harbor Point in North Utica. Do you want to tell them? Because there's like shuttles and stuff that's going to take place too.
Yeah, I should have had that written down for you guys, but so it's going to be from I believe 5 to 9. There is going to be parking. Okay, so she knows better than me. 6 to 10, and you're probably okay. You could, if you are looking to shuttle, you could park over by the auditorium, and the bus will take you over there. You can park anywhere. There's going to be another secondary by the auditorium, by where A&P Master Imaging is. Howard Potter is having that area too. If you didn't want to go, right down to the harbor. Parking, like if I've lived here my whole life, the 4th of July, it's a ghost town because there's nobody, restaurants and stuff, everybody's up north for the most part. So, you can feel free to go to those restaurants, park there. You can watch the fireworks from around there. You can park over by the train station, all that area over there. It's been kind of a, I want to say heated topic, but again, there's a certain group that, the mayor could cure cancer, and they would be against them. So my view on this, on the fireworks switching, we have a harbor that we spent millions of dollars on. Okay, one of my biggest complaints in the 7 years that I was in office is during fireworks at the park. People in the lower part of East Utica, because that's my area, hated it because they parked all over their yards and everything. And I'm not sure if you guys realize it, because I didn't. The bulk of the people parked at MVCC and were shuttled to Proctor Park. So it's not like, we don't run buses back and forth. There's going to be food trucks. There's going to be a band. There's going to be, porta potties, bathrooms. And again, it's centrally located. And worst case scenario, it doesn't work out when we move it to someplace else. But I think we need to try it. I think we need to move forward. And I think it'll be a pretty good, event, hopefully. So that's what's going on there. But realistically, it is centrally located, and it's a lot. I know people want to say there's water there, but as far as security, the police are push this, because Proctor Park, if you remember 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago, they had to cancel the fireworks. There was a shooting, and it was very, very difficult to police that. Where the harbor is here, there's two main entrances. You can have security around it. They seem to tell me, and I listen to the professionals, that it's a lot safer down there, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get good weather and it works out, but that's basically it. And she's right, 6 to 10, there's bands, there's live music, trucks, should be pretty good. Have we got questions about that? What's your view? You guys think it's good to have it there, or you don't?
I think it's a great idea. I think there's no better way to introduce people to it than to have the 4th of July there.
And the harbor's not, that's another problem. So there's different things. Like we had our celebration here for the 110th. Mm-hmm. We wanted to originally have it at the harbor. The city doesn't permit anything over there, and people would call me and say, we want to have events there. The reason they don't permit anything there yet, there's the housing in the hotel, the construction is going on there. The two main buildings haven't been developed yet. We're close to the one building that's going to start development probably within 90 days. But the harbor's really not done yet. I mean, the core of it is done, but how it's actually going to be down the road. So, well,
water safety.
Mm-hmm.
So
unless you
right.
over or control over.
Right. And you know what? To be honest with you, if you go down there right now to the harbor, there's probably people hanging around down there now. If you go to Aquavino, okay, you're at your water. There's water there. If you go to Silver Beach, I'm sorry, did I say Aquavino? Yeah, Portofino. I mean, that's a concern, and I'm sure there's going to be fire, police. I'm sure that there'll be people there that, God forbid, somebody fell into the water, that they would be able to get them. And hopefully, like you say, there's 4-foot railings, and they shouldn't be. But guess what? When you have a crowd like that, and in the world we live in today, you never know what can happen. So we need to pray for security and everybody to act normal and enjoy the 250th year anniversary of our country. All right. Sorry about forgetting that before. I should have had that written down. All right. Thank you.